hit the fucking, there we go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Chop Sports Daily, coming to you live from the Flipping Made Easy studio right here in Mattawa, New Jersey. It is Sturch. It is, once again, he's on his little scooter down in Lavalette. Gooch is off. He'll be back on Monday, but we do have Rasslin Rob behind the glass. I hope everybody's doing good. It's a feel-good Friday. It is a fantasy Friday. So myself, I've decided yesterday, I've tried this. I went through a dry run yesterday of making sure everything kind of worked. So we're going to do a live mock draft from the 12 spot in a little bit. Why the 12 spot, Dave? Well, because that's pretty simple. I have the 12th pick in my home draft, so I really want everybody's opinion to help me out. So I know my brother and my dad and all my guys that are in my league for the 17th year now will probably be like, well, that's a little bit of a leg up, so that's not very fair. But guess what? My show, get to do what I want.
17 years for real?
Yeah.
Straight?
Yeah, where's the good-looking guy from yesterday? Scoop is off today. He's on assignment on his magic carpet ride, and I have no idea where the hell he is. I should have just had him back in, but he has to work too, right? I mean, you would assume that as remote as he is, he has to go to work. So I hope everybody's enjoying their Friday so far. It's going to be a great weekend. There's a lot of sunshine on the horizon. It's not going to be like 102 over here in Jersey, so it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be like 80 degrees and sunny. So I hope everybody's got some big plans for the weekend. I know I do. I'll be going out tonight. I'll be going out tomorrow night. I'm going to just rage all weekend. But first and foremost, I got to give a special, huge happy birthday shout out. Happy second birthday to my guy, my godson, my nephew, Danny J. So happy birthday to you, my friend, you crazy, crazy little guy, you. The energy of this kid, bro, is, I wish. I think I have a lot of energy, but like, he takes the cake. He's up at 4 a.m., no coffee necessary, except for the parents, my brother and his wife. It's incredible. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a good one. Happy birthday to Danny. If you want to support Chop Sports, you can do so by heading on over to patreon.com/Chop Sports. There's a $3, a $5, a $10 variation. You can do this and help out Chop Sports because if you're a Patreon member, you're also going to be automatically entered into Gooch's Break Buds, which goes down on Sunday on this very channel. You can check that out if you're a card collector or anything like that. They have helmets they're giving away and stuff, so hopefully I win and then I'll resell them and make some money. That's how I'll do it. But these guys are collecting. Gooch did a very bold thing. Not only did he leave for Lavalette, he left all his stuff here. As far I can break all them packs right now. I can just be like, what do we got in this pack? Here we go, and just unbreak everything. No, that goes down Sunday. Go check that out. Also, all the podcasts that are available this week, I want to definitely plug those guys as well. All-Star Vintage just dropped again. You guys got to collaborate. You and All-Star Vintage. They're big wrestling guys, too.
Really?
Yeah, they're huge wrestling guys. So collaborate with that. That'll be a great episode. All-Star Vintage, there's the Jets, there's the Mets, there's everything. I'll sit down with Sturch this week with my boy Gary Turner. That's available as well. Next week, I get Joe LaCourie is getting on the hot seat, boys. He's a dad. He's a coach. He's a musician. He's a rock star. He's just an awesome dude. And I'm very excited to have Joe in studio next week to record the second episode of that.
Hey, hold on. Didn't you get some notoriety from Sports Illustrated or something?
SB Nation.
Let's talk about it. Come on.
SB Nation gave me a couple little flowers there. They actually shared out my interview with Paz from a couple weeks back on the Banks, I believe it's called, SB Nation. So shout out to those guys for sharing. All of a sudden the downloads went way up again. So I was looking at them. I'm like, oh, okay. Thank you very much for the rub. So I appreciate that as well. SB Nation, I've actually, I work loosely with them. We'll get into that at the very end of the show because I have a little something I want to say to the public about SB Nation and people over there. But we'll definitely get into that later. I talked about that. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do me a favor. Like the video on YouTube, okay? That goes a long way. It helps the search. We actually just crossed another threshold of subscribers, so subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Shout out to all the Saints fans and the other people that have been chiming in lately. I know you probably saw that. Sometimes, and this is not like a knock at myself, but like when we're prepping for these teams as we go through the entire coverage, the wrap around the NFL, I'm not always going to know everything. Like I go based off ESPN's depth charts. I go based off their schedule. I mean, I never mess up a schedule. It's right in front of you. But sometimes I'll mention a third stringer or something that I thought was a starter. You know what I mean? Like it happens, right? And the guys are like, you guys know nothing. And I'm like, I know a lot. I just don't give a shit about the Saints. You know what I mean? But we're covering all the teams. And listen, if anything, you should be happy. I put the Saints to win the division. So lay off a little bit. Oh my God. What's up, guy? Oh, who's that? Leaving you out. Oh my God, Nick, I'm so sorry, bro. Brand new. Wow, he got a little testy right there. Brand new, not giving a puck. That's brand new hockey talk. You know, it's hard because it's not hockey season. You know, I would go plug the Squeaky Bump Time because now that my team out there, Manchester United, who I've selected as my squad, as of right this second, actually, right this second, Manchester United is my team now. But you can go check out the Squeaky Bump Time and not giving a puck as well. Sorry, bro.
We learned a lot about soccer yesterday.
We learned a shit ton about soccer.
We had no idea.
Right. I thought the divisions were like yay big, but then there's like a whole East and West thing. I'm like, well, that's fun. I had no idea. But anyway, speaking of Nick, he also is a Giants fan, and they actually played some football yesterday. The Giants played their preseason opener. Not a lot to take away from it. Obviously, first preseason game, there's only 3. Yes, there's only 3 as they limit it. They cut it down from 4 to 3. I think it was last year they started that because, again, nobody watched the preseason, so that's why they do it. But anyway, the Giants get a win, a big dub. I hope you guys are all celebrating, raging out there. They beat the Patriots 23-21. Stuff of note, not much. Daniel Jones, 6 for 10 for 69 yards and a scramble on third down. Showed some wheels. He didn't trip over himself. Actually, I think he did trip over himself. Fumble. He did not fumble. He did not turn the ball over. So that's a plus. The offensive line held up. Saquon Barkley looked good. Nothing crazy, nothing too flashy, not a lot of carries, not a lot of touches. Kenny Golladay is also in midseason form as he drops a complete easy ball. And that's Golladay for you, folks. Talk about an overpay. But anyway, the Giants get a win. Also getting a win last night for the 21st consecutive time.
Crazy.
The Baltimore Ravens won another preseason game. They run away with it, 23-10. That one touchdown for the Titans, though, Malik Willis.
He looked pretty good.
Rookie. He looked pretty poised. He looked like he had some presence. I saw some sidearm action going on. Like, look, I don't think, again, we previewed the Titans already, and I don't think that he's going to compete for the job. You know, I don't think he's the starting quarterback for the Titans this year. He is a project. Ryan Tannehill might have something to say about it. So I think that team's going to roll through Ryan Tannehill until the wheels fall off. That's my opinion.
They should, though.
Yeah, I don't foresee that being at all. There was a video. Yeah, he did look confident. He did. He looked poised in there. And I think he's going to be a star in this league. You don't get drafted as a project and not become a star, especially when you're in line to take that job. He's going to take that job. It's just a matter of time and or when. But yeah, that was a pretty cool thing. Other football news, I did watch DJ Moore hop into the stands right before the show. DJ Moore, there was a fight in the crowd between Panthers fans. I guess they're just fighting amongst each other. And DJ Moore actually jumped up and said, "Hey, calm down, guys. Like, we're all one family, one team." That is the worst, by the way.
Is that what you want to see your star receiver do?
Well, no, because I'm watching. I'm like, don't fall. Please don't fucking fall. Because he's like on the thing where he's like kind of balancing himself out. And I'm like, if he falls back, you better have some lineman ready to catch him because that's bad. You know, it's not far dropping. I'm sure it's grass or turf or whatever, but still, you don't want that to happen. But the worst thing in the world is when fan bases fight amongst each other. That is the worst thing. Like when I see that, I've seen it. Cowboys fans do it. Yankees fans, Mets fans, they fight each other. Like, aren't we all like one cause, one team? You know what I mean? Like, what is
be fighting about?
I don't know. Like when you have
practice,
right? Like it's imagine like being in a Yankee game before the Gallo trade, and like just give him a chance, and they're like, no, F Joey Gallo, and like all of a sudden they're fighting each other. I'm just like, well, this isn't fair. Like this isn't very fun.
Over Joey Gallo.
Over Joey fucking Gallo, who's by the way. Moonshots McGee now over in LA. So opposite way home runs. I'm like, are you out of your mind? So anyway, that's my DJ Moore stuff. I did watch the Captain season finale from last night. Watched that in bed. Bro, I got in bed at 9:30. 9:30. Like as an adult male. Like I had an empty house. I was like, I could go downstairs, eat as much food as possible, just sit there with my hand down my pants, like Al Bundy.
Snoring by 10.
I got in the bed and I watched on ESPN Plus. I was watching the Captain, but as soon as 11 o'clock hit and it was over, it was like, I think the last line was like, it's not over yet. I'm like, gone. So that was that. But
is it over?
It's over. And it was a great series.
Your take, you've seen The Last Dance. Which was better? I didn't watch the whole Jeter.
You know what?
On the first
there was more drama in The Last Dance, even though The Last Dance was solely based off of Jordan. You would think like that's where
Kinda,
it was.
pretty much. Yeah.
This
right.
one was solely based on Jeter. There's nobody cooler than Derek Jeter. I'm sorry. I know you're a Red
No,
Sox
no,
guy,
but
like,
I agree with
he's
that.
such a cool dude. And he went through a lot, dude. Like when he took over the Marlins, they wanted his ass out of town immediately because of the guys he was shipping.
They talk about all that?
Shipped off Giancarlo in the last episode. They shipped off Giancarlo. They shipped off Yelich. Like they were just rebuilding the team without rebuilding the team. And I'm like, well, that's what you got to do. When you don't have, if you have no attendance, you can't pay your players. So you have to ship off the guys that are making the most money. You just have to.
And he ends it by saying it's not over yet.
Yeah.
Woo.
He's coming to New York and he's going to be the GM of the New York Yankees. You wait, just wait. Other news. Tyson Fury retired again. Nobody cares because he was back for about 4 minutes. And then he said, you know what? Not the hell with this.
Huh? 3 days.
Bro, like, what is the point of all that? They just, I don't know. I don't find it to be even remotely necessary to come back for that half a second and then, say, I'm done. We're good.
Never mind.
Yeah, I changed my mind. Also, another one. And I want to give the credit where credit's due. Actually, I got to pull up my phone. A little unprofessional of me here, but I do have to say, let's see. Is this my account? Yes, this is my account. Here we go. Derek Eagleton is the producer, but while he did credit all of the cast members and the guys that work behind the scenes, there's a brand new, even if you're not a Cowboys fan, there's a brand new documentary on DallasCowboys.com. It's on their YouTube as well. It's called Mind Games, directed by like I said, Eagleton. It's all about mental health and what it does in the world of sports. So Dak Prescott is featured on this. Guys like Jesse Holley, New Jersey native, featured on this. Isaiah Stanback, Hayden Hurst, former tight end of the Bengals. Or current tight end of the Bengals, former of the Falcons. It was great, man. They had him mic'd up for that game, Dallas-Atlanta. And Hayden Hurst ran over to Dak Prescott, and they were like mic'd, or at least somebody had the sound. And Hayden Hurst was like, "Thank you so much for speaking out. Like I have my own foundation." And Dak looked right at him. He's like, "Let's collaborate." So these guys are all working together for one cause. And look, I'm a big advocate on mental health because, dude, nobody is bigger than the tricks your own brain plays on you. I don't care how much money you make. You can watch it on YouTube, Ken. It's very well done. Charles Haley is in it. Ready for this? Charles Haley tried to shoot himself in the head and missed somehow. I don't know.
How long of the documentary was this?
Just tried. Something happened where he shot the back wall and it missed him. He tried to kill himself. And it's some emotional shit, man. Like Charles Haley, if you knew it back in the 90s, he was the grittiest, biggest asshole on the field, right? He's just up all over your quarterbacks. One of the greatest defensive ends in football. He's a Hall of Famer, but he battled constantly with mental health. And it's like I said, when it's your own team, you really appreciate it. But these guys are out there, and I forgot what the quote was exactly, but Dak referred to an orange tree. I know this is going to sound a little weird, but an orange tree, right? It grows, right? And it grows oranges. But the tree itself doesn't eat its own oranges. The tree actually feeds other people. I don't know. I got it wrong. I paraphrased that, but there was different little quotes here and there. Dak Prescott is my favorite player in the NFL. He's one of my favorite players ever because of all the things that he's gone through. Look, if you're Dallas Cowboys hater, that's fine. But I find it hard pressed for anybody to hate Dak Prescott after what he's gone through. Lost his mom to colon cancer, lost his brother to suicide, broke his ankle right after all of this. So he had to come back a year's worth of recovery on that. It's just a great documentary. Go watch it. It's very fun.
How long is it?
40 minutes.
Nice.
So it's 45, but it's very well done. There's actually a staff member, and I believe that all the NFL teams have this. There is literally a psychiatrist or whatever, a counselor on staff for the players to talk to at all times. Whenever they need somebody to talk to, they can go and talk to them. And it's really, really great. And like I said, very, very awesome documentary. I'm a big documentary guy. I like them all. I love documentaries. I can watch documentaries all day. But yeah, so in any event, go check that out. That's my quarterback. Yeah, JoJo. Hell yeah. All right. So also, right before I get into the meat and potatoes of this episode and why we're all here to do some mock drafts or one mock draft, I do have to reference the Field of Dreams game. I couldn't watch it until I got home. I turned it on for a little bit. It was cool. My dad actually said that our good friend Johnny Bench, friend of the show, Johnny Bench, was on there as the Reds representative. And the only thing I asked was if he was wearing his SPF 1000 to make sure that he prevents all of that stuff. But he said he was wearing a hat. So
no Pete Rose?
I don't know. I didn't see it, but there was somebody there that wasn't really there, but was there. Harry Carey, all right. I've seen Tupac hologram, right? And that was at what, Coachella or something? He was like blue, right? There was like a weird vibe to it, and you're like, oh my God, it's Tupac, he's in 3D. This Harry Carey thing, oh, dude, the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. This means they can do this for anybody. MLB's got the money. They probably put it all out there. I'm like, wait, you're telling me we could take me out to the ball game with Harry Carey with this game? They did it. Like he was a 3D model, bro. Like you saw him in the face, right? But then they shot him from the other side. And I'm like, wait, he's like a whole person. Like this is bizarre.
Pretty cool.
Awesome. But man, freaky. Yeah. Hawaii was pretty cool. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, no, that a great game. I don't know. That's awesome. But anyway, for the rundown as far as everything, I'm reading all that stuff. So anyway, I do want to say before we get to the phase of these solo drafts, I'm going to be as the internet decides to play some tricks on you, which is always fun. I left a message yesterday for Optimum, and I was like, "Hey, can you guys just do your job and maybe come on by and all that shit?" Hawaii Mike, why does your internet provider hate you? It's such an unfortunate thing that like we run such a future successful business, and I'm saying we're successful now, but like a future successful business with just internet woes, man. I'm talking woes, and it's like we had one guy. His name's Ray. He's a good dude. Hooked me up at home. Hooked me up here. He cable guyed it. Went upstairs. Ran some cords. Ran some wires, and I'm like, well, thank you. Right. And then he's like, well, there's still one more problem. You got to go fix it. It's down in the basement. And I'm like, all right, can you go? He's like, nope. I was like, I guess he didn't have the capability, or maybe he doesn't know how to fix this specific thing. But yes, internet. No, not everybody. Optimus trash. Everybody hates it. This is funny. Like you went C3PO on us. I know, dude. I'm sorry. But thank you guys. Listen. Thank you for sticking with me. That's the best part about it. Like some people, I know me, if I'm watching a show and it gets all like wonky, I'm like, fuck this. And like, I turn it off and I stop watching. So for the fact that you guys stuck with me through that storm of internet woes, I appreciate you guys as always. So this podcast, this show is being brought to you in part by the Fusco Insurance Agency. You could stop worrying, start planning. He'll help you out with your retirement needs. He'll help you using life insurance and annuities to help you build a more secure future. Worry a little bit less now. Hit up Michael at 718-701-5787. Guarantees and protections are subject to the claims paying ability of the issuing company. Some insurance policies are not available in all states, by the way. And if you're a financer, you need to finance some shit, and you got some 540 FICO score or above, you can finance starting at $300 using his Prestige Tax Financing. And I got my FICO score sent to me yesterday. Pretty good still.
That's good.
Like all the stuff that I've spent, all the money I've spent on this place, and I'm just like, all right, I'm still paying the bills. This is good. I'm doing all right.
Building it up.
I also want to give a shout out to Manscaped, 20% off of all your Manscaped products. The Ball Reviver, the Crop Preserver, the Ear and Nose Trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0, all of the awesome products. Even comes with boxers that I don't wear because I don't know. I just don't like. I mean, look, people like those kinds of boxers. I just don't.
Briefs?
No, I wear briefs. As if I have to tell people that. I wear briefs, but like they're just, I don't know, they fit weird. They fit weird. They just can't handle all of Sturch. No, I'm kidding. I'm getting myself read there. That was actually pretty funny. But anyway, Manscaped, go check those guys out. 20% off. Use Shop Sports at the promo code. SteveAspara.com, the guy building our website right now, who's currently doing it as we speak. We're going to be meeting with him on Monday as he makes Chop Sports Media turn somewhat into Chop Studios, but whatever, we're going to be renting out space. So if you guys are interested and you want to record a podcast, a show, do what we're doing, we're now set up for photography. I set that up yesterday with my own two bare hands. It wasn't hard at all, actually. It was like very dummy proof, and I set it all up. The only bitch that is that I unfolded the backdrop. It was like somebody just crunched it all up, and I'm like,
together,
bro. And so I got the steamer. We got the little steamer here, and I'm just steaming. It's not 95 degrees out already. I don't need all this steam. I'm drenched. I'm like, this is unbelievable. But anyway, we're set up for photography now. So if you have any photography needs, we're set up for that as well. You looked fine in briefs, Dave. Well, the fact that, I mean, he was here, so I digress with that one. Also, a shout out to Low L's Beauty Bar down the hall from us, located right here. They do custom shirts. They do custom wine glasses now, I saw yesterday, which is pretty dope. They do hats. Well, they probably could do hats. Lauren does it all over there. Also, Danielle, Rockstar over there, does all the hair and makeup. They helped us out for Hater Fantasy Sports commercial shoots. So hopefully they're editing all that stuff. I know that I sent them all there. I talked to Nikki Duke yesterday. I said, look, we got a photography set up now. Like, let's rock and roll. Let's keep doing it. So definitely promote all that here at Chop Studios. So that be that. That's all the sponsors I have. So now it is time. I'm excited about this. Why? Because I need to do some homework. We're gonna do a mock draft simulator. So bring up that one. So here's the mock draft simulator. Okay, it's brought to you by Fantasy Pros. I'll give them the credit where credit's due. So this is basically where you can choose all of your things. You know, meaning standard, PPR, which I'm going to go with standard. I know everybody's like, oh, what the hell? My league is standard. So I'm one of the last of the Mohegans when it comes to a standard league. So I'm going to do that. Snake draft. You put your position here, which I'm doing it. It's going to be the 12th spot right there. That's going to be the 12th spot. We are going to draft a whole bunch of players. Your starting lineup will be a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a tight end, a flex, a D, and a kicker, and of course, a couple bench spots. So I'm going to need all your help to do this. But once I hit start draft, right down at the bottom here, start your draft, it's actually going to go right into it. So basically, the first 11 picks are going to fly by, and I'm going to be on the clock. There is no clock. We'll just discuss how this one played out. This is based off of your average draft positions, the scoring setting from NFL.com. So there's no like crazy bonuses other than like longer field goals or something like that. Nothing too nuts, because I know there's leagues out there that do this that do like, oh, if they fucking throw for over 400, you get another 2 points. I'm not into that. I think standard scoring is the way. 6-point touchdowns, guys. 6, not 4, like those Fugazi leagues. A touchdown is a touchdown, and it's worth 6 points in the NFL. So it's going to be worth 6 points in my league. That's how it always rolls. So let's get started. So as soon as I hit start draft, like I said, it's going to go right into it. So bang, start draft, sponsored by Miller Lite. They don't pay me anything, but here we go. So it just flew through the first 11, and I'll recap those before I make my pick. Obviously, the consensus number 1 is over here, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. Everybody knows. Jonathan Taylor's number 1. Dalvin Cook goes 2. McCaffrey, I would say, falls to 3. I don't know if this is a fall job, but we'll see. You're looking at Cooper Kupp going 4th overall. Which is the first receiver off the board in a non-PPR, which is actually kind of crazy. But he scored enough points. He got like 143 grabs last year, so he's got plenty of yards. Then there's Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, Joe Mixon, Najee Harris goes 8th, Nick Chubb 9th, Justin Jefferson 10th, Alvin Kamara with the 11th pick. I'm interested on that one. So now I'm up.
Notice this: only all running backs except for 2 picks. Does this concern you right now? Like me?
No, it concerns me because, well, it doesn't concern me. You just know that the reason for this is because it's a standard league, meaning running backs are a little bit more valuable than receivers because receivers are not getting points on every catch anymore. So that's why it's running back heavy. So where do I go? And yes, Jojo put in Kamara. I agree. I'm not sure about that. Am I happy about it? Yeah, because another guy just fell to me as far as who I want to pick. Now, remember, the goal here is to get an A+ grade and is to get a overall first projection, meaning I'm going to dominate this league in my way. So who do you guys want? I mean, right now, I would stay away from Kelsey. I think that the tight end crop is good. You could probably grab a tight end later on. The fact that I'm going to need a running back, absolutely need a running back. So what I can do is I can go to running back here. These are your top running backs left, believe it or not. Whoa. DeAndre Swift, Saquon Barkley, Aaron Jones, and Leonard Fournette. So in my mind, and there's a lot of good receivers left, guys. Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams. So I would like, I mean, if you guys agree with me here, I would like to at least get one running back here and then take the best receiver left on the draft, because that'll just kind of, need a running back, right? So the question is, my thought process is to go Oh, Mike, with the quarterback. What are you, nuts? Oh, my God. No, I'm definitely splitting here. I'm going to split here. The problem is which running back? Are you guys fans of DeAndre Swift? Are you guys I'm not touching Saquon Barkley. Forget it. Okay. Aaron Jones is primed to have a good year because of the fact that Aaron Rodgers might not be slinging the ball all over the place. Leonard Fournette, no, forget it. So it's really a matter of Swift or Jones. So honestly, if you guys, what do you think, Rob? Swift or Jones?
I have an 11th pick in our little thing we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
If this happens, I think I go Jones, right? I mean, Swift could be a viable option because you really don't know what you're going to get with the Lions. Jameson Williams isn't really playing till later on in the season, so he might get a lot of carries. I just see Aaron Jones, they're going to score a lot down there in Green Bay, no matter what.
You would think.
So
I'm with Aaron Jones. Hawaii Mike's with Aaron Jones. Baylor was getting coming. This is actually getting split here. Jones, according to Joe, I'm going Aaron Jones. I'm going to go Aaron Jones here with my first pick. Now, immediately is my second pick. This is actually kind of tricky in a non-PPR. So you're looking at guys like Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, or even Debo. I got to get one here. Okay. Yeah. I'm assuming that Jamar Chase is the guy. But when you look at quarterback play, which I always factor in, Jamar Chase is obviously with Joe Burrow, but Josh Allen could win MVP this year. He's going to be with Stephon Diggs. Mm-hmm. So Swift in round two. Well, no, I mean, if it's Swift in round two, then that would mean no, because I got back-to-back picks here. So yes. I need some help. I mean, my gut and what this, like you could see over here, experts over here agree. 79% of the experts say it's the pick is Jamar Chase. And I'm leaning that way too, but I definitely take Chase, and I'm going to go with Scoop on this one. And for the sake of for timing, I don't want to take too long on each pick, but I'm going to go Jamar Chase here. So my first picks on my board are Jones and Chase. So that's pretty good. So now as people are flying, now remember, there's a lot of picks that just went in front of me. Okay. So here we'll round two, cap it up. Right after me, guess who went after Chase? Ezekiel Elliott. I had a chance to grab Zeke, and I did not in the second round, and nor should you, because I think, again, Jones is going to be better. But anyway, Zeke goes. Swift goes immediately. Here come the tight end runs. There's Mark Andrews. Travis Kelce's gone. A couple other running backs go. Saquon Barkley, Javonte Williams later in the round. There's CeeDee Lamb right there, Leonard Fournette. So now if you get into round three, it gets tricky because Tyreek Hill goes, Mike Evans. Now it's starting to be slim pickings here, folks. James Conner, one of the running backs. Breece Hall goes from in round three now. You surprised about that? You got Jets starting running backs pretty early.
But I mean, a lot of the running backs went early.
And so there's your first quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Allen goes third round, eighth pick in the third round. He goes. We talked about DJ Moore already today. He goes right after that. Keenan Allen, Antonio Gibson. So now you're looking at our team. I say our. We're all in this together. Our team right now has a running back and has a receiver. So now if you go to all right now, this is the overall suggested players, but I'm going to go with ranked. Right? Top ranked players. Kyle Pitts is the number one ranked guy here if I want to go tight end, but I just don't think tight end is the way to go here. With a running back right here would probably be the play again because of the fact that look at that. Look who's left in the running back department.
But you have back-to-back picks, right?
I do. So now this is probably, I might do, and this might be a real life strategy in my draft. I might do running back, receiver, running back, receiver. Like that means I have my starting two and my starting two.
Hear me out though.
I'm listening.
So if it ends up going exactly how it's gone so far, you have back-to-back picks right now. So obviously you would take a running back, right? You hope to get a pretty good one. You could me, I don't know if I take Dave Montgomery. I might look towards Dobbins or
Travis Etienne.
Yep. Do you go and grab someone like Lamar or Pat Mahomes right now?
Well, the quarterbacks, look at this. Justin Herbert's still there. And he's going to let the world on fire. So that is a debate.
Now, do you think three quarterbacks are going to go by the next time?
By the time I next come around, I might be. So here's my problem. My assumption is that now that you have to also take in consideration of the rosters, like who already took their quarterback. So therefore, they won't take a second quarterback. As I go to the Dobbins is nice here, according to Hawaii Mike. I'm a running back heavy kind of guy, says Stevie Mack. That's definitely the way to do it, I think. So right now, and Ken Paulman says, grab your tight end right now. I don't know if I can do that this early because if you look at the tight ends right now, look, Kyle Pitts is great, right? And he's going to get a lot of volume. But underneath that, you still got Kittle. You still got Waller.
Got Schultz.
Schultz, he's there. So I don't know if I'm going to go nuts here.
Good choice.
I gotta do a running back. So now my question is this to the masses. Are you guys confident in any Bears players? You know, like David Montgomery seems to be on some people's draft boards, and you're like, okay, let's take a flyer, you know? Or do you go Eli Mitchell, or do you do Travis at the end? This is a very interesting. Wow. So JoJo going off the radar here. He says go Kyle Pitts and Herbert. It's sexy. Don't get me wrong. Sexy. It is sexy, man, to get those guys all in one draft. But if you don't take a running back here, man,
now remind everybody
if you don't take a running back in these players, like top ranked players for running back. If I go over to running back here, Montgomery, Mitchell, J.K. Dobbins. I'm going to suggest another player. Like just think of where we're at. Josh Jacobs, A.J. Dillon. So now we're getting into the second running backs. Damian Harris. I don't know about him either. Miles Sanders. Yeah. So Rashad Penny. That's what I'm saying. Like the running back right now is a premium. You got to go. This guy said Mike Singletary. Well,
remind everybody who you took the first
two picks I took were Aaron Jones, which I didn't write down like an asshole. Aaron Jones, right? So that's one pick, and then I took Jamar Chase as my receiver. Take the highest volume running back, Jacobs or Dobbins. I'm okay with Dobbins. I think that, listen, obviously he was hurt last year. He could be a stud this year. That team's going to run the football a lot. I'm okay with Dobbins here. I wonder if everybody else is, but Hawaii might come in with the Dobbins pick. That's not terrible. I don't know. Bears players, Mike Singletary. Touche, Ken. Touche. All right. So right here, with my pick, again, experts only say 13% of experts are saying Dobbins is the guy here, but I got to go running back. I cannot sit back again and go running back. So I'll take Dobbins here. So Dobbins is my pick there. So
so you got your two running backs.
I got my two running backs now. Aaron Jones and J.K. Dobbins are my running backs.
Good.
We are good. So now we go to all overall. Kyle Pitts is still the guy, or do I go another receiver? Or again, I have the opportunity to grab probably one of the two best quarterback. I mean, Josh Allen's already gone. Do I go quarterback here? Now that receivers are kind of at a premium, right? There's a lot of receivers out there. Do you get the best quarterback on the draft right now? Left, I'm saying. Josh Allen was the number one. The number two quarterback is Justin Herbert.
Here's, in my opinion, this is what I would do, because if you would have took, say, like a Charger running back that was out there, or if you would have took Mike Williams or Keenan Allen,
I could probably still get Mike Williams later.
So then I take Herbert for sure, so you can double up on points.
I love the double up. Some people don't, because if they have an off game, you're gonna have an off game.
You're gonna have an off game.
But looking at this, I might just take the risk here and go Justin Herbert and just see how it plays out, and the receivers that kind of fall to me later, because you have any stones? What you take Kyler? Get out of your skull. And you know what? Kyler will 1000% be there on the way back. That's what I think. All the way back. I don't think he's being touched. So he's saying stone. I would 6-point TD. Justin Herbert's my guy. I'm going Justin Herbert. That's the way to go. That's the risk. So anyway, here goes everybody else.
Mahomes went.
Yeah, I saw Mahomes just go. I saw George Kittle just go. Amari Cooper gone. All right, so now look, and just so you know, Lamar, Kyler still on the board.
Wow.
All the way back to the back end. So now you're looking at, again, I need another receiver, you would think, right? So now that
let's see who was taken, right?
Tight end. Yeah, let's go back and recap who was taken here. After I took where was my pick? Right here, Justin Herbert. DK goes. David Montgomery didn't last very long. Neither did Travis Etienne. There goes Kyle Pitts. Jalen Waddle, not talked about enough, to be honest with you, because of the fact that they have Tyreek Hill over there. Patrick Mahomes goes. So therefore, I am now have one of the top three quarterbacks in football. Elijah Mitchell, George Kittle. On the way back, Edwards-Helaire, Mike Williams goes right there. Keenan Allen's definitely is probably still there. Guys like Cooks are gone. Amari Cooper just goes. Darren Waller just goes. So now I'm up. And now I go back to the chat. Nobody chimed in yet. But anyway, so back to my roster real quick, which is over here.
Do you start to get worried about tight end now?
No, because it's like I'm looking at tight end and I love Schultz.
I love him too.
But like, if you even look past Dawson Knox, you still got Ertz.
That's true.
You still got Hunter Henry. You still got Freiermuth, my guy. I know he's gonna have a hell of a year this year. I love Pat Freiermuth. So now I'm probably gonna go receiver here. This is interesting because now it's big player, but he says Miles Sanders. So now he wants me to have a third running back over. Remember, there's two picks here. So that's not a bad play. No, that's not a bad play at all. Miles Sanders is going to be a hell of a flex. J.K. Dobbins ain't ready. Comes Anand. He must be chiming in a little late here. But I would definitely probably sit on a tight end. I think Miles Sanders is a great stab here. Now, this is the the end of the 5th round. I'm about to get Miles Sanders.
Yeah, two people telling you to go another running back, so that's a pretty good flex.
Yeah, take a third running back. Here it is. Miles Sanders is the pick, so I'm putting him right into the flex. And now I do need that second receiver 1,001%. So now you look at the best one available right now, according to the rankings, Marquise Brown, Hollywood. I don't think he's getting suspended or anything like that, but he is the second guy because Hopkins is going to be out for the first 6 weeks. He might be a high volume guy. So Miles Sanders is on the team. So now you're looking at Allen Robinson. I don't know how much volume he's going to get considering he's with Cooper Kupp. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure about that. Jerry Jeudy with our new favorite player in the league, Russell Wilson. Let's ride, right? Let's ride. Jerry Jeudy. Jeudy might be the pick here, I'm thinking, because I'm looking at the other ones. Mooney, we talked about the Bears before. There's Bateman. There's Elijah Moore for the Jets. There is Chris Godwin, who's hurt for the first couple of weeks. Michael Thomas, nobody's talking about him. But see, if I had to look at the first 4 here, I'm probably going Jeudy.
Yep, I agree.
I think that might be the pick. JoJo coming in saying Judy's the pick. I think this is probably, Anon likes Bateman. I love Bateman too. I don't know, man. I go to the quarterback play, and I think Russell Wilson's a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson is.
Yes.
That's where I would say it. I'm going to go with best wide receiver 1 left is who? So he's saying best wide receiver 1 left. So the wide receiver 1 would be Jerry Jeudy, no? Or is Cortland Sutton technically No, he's not.
I would think Jeudy.
Judy's the number 1 guy. Allen's number 2. Marquise Brown, technically a season-long number 2. I'm going Jerry Jeudy here.
There we go.
There it is. Done. Pick in. So Jerry Jeudy goes, and there goes everybody else. A big quarterback run, guys. Big. They're all leaving. Dak just got drafted. Kyler just got drafted. Tony Pollard just got drafted. So now, just so you guys are all aware, if I had not taken a quarterback yet, there's your slim pickings. Trey Lance, you take a shot on him. Derek Carr, like Kirk Cousins, who went away today on illness. Oh, wow, it is Kyler. I'm an asshole. But anyway, I still think, I don't know why I just drew up that blank. I still think Russ is a better quarterback than Kyler Murray. Yes. So I think I'd made the right selection there. If we go hit all right here, the best, look who's still around. Rashad Bateman is still around at my pick. Or did I not make 2 picks? No, I picked this one, came all the way back. Yeah, so this is crazy. All right, so Bateman is still there, guys. So if I go to flex, Bateman's the number 1 flex option. I think Bateman might be the guy.
What tight ends are left?
If you go to tight ends, which I don't have my starter yet, Dallas Goedert's still there for Philly. Ertz, Hunter Henry, everybody's still there. So I got 2 picks here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I almost want to sit back on the tight end again.
So, guys, his roster's on the left over here.
Yeah, so I got already Justin Herbert, Aaron Jones, J.K. Dobbins, Jamar Chase, Jerry Jeudy, Miles Sanders in the flex. I'm with Bateman here as if I'm going to take anybody. I mean, if we go back to running back just to really load up, Chase Edmonds is your number 1 running back right now, but it is getting slim out there. We'll have to pick another one in just a little bit, but I think if I had to pick one right now, as we enter the end of round 7, I would say Bateman's the guy.
Not taking a flyer on Michael Thomas at all.
Nah, man, I don't know.
Too early, you think?
I don't know. I would take Bateman here.
Hawaii Mike's saying check other teams' tight ends. Why?
I mean, other teams' tight ends. So he's making all right. So you can do that. So look, first one, Saquon. He's got Kittle, right? Cutie Pies. He's got Dalton Schultz. Gronkum style doesn't have a tight end. So that's 1 team without a tight end. Murray up offense does not have a tight end. 2 teams don't have a tight end. Kelsey's there. Lambs and Shepherds don't have a tight end. So that's 3, 4. Kyle Pitts is there. Mark Andrews is there. Waller is there. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I like that team. Hawkinson's there. So 4 teams, including myself, don't have a tight end. So if you go to tight ends, 1, 2.
That risk.
Yeah, a Fromuth is going to be there. I'll take that risk too.
Because you didn't go early, so I would take that risk.
So I'm going Bateman here. Bateman's the pick, I think, is the way to go. So food for thought later. I go Bateman and tight end. He could go Gronk unretire based on. Yeah, that's true too. You got to watch out for that. But I'm going to go Bateman here as my wide receiver. That's actually one of my bench players. So Bateman hits the bench. I could sit back on the tight end. So now is it best available? I mean, flex position right now, the best available is Michael Thomas. If you go to running back, which I think I should stock up a little bit on a backup running back, even though I have 3 already. I think this might be the play.
Next one, are you a guy that checks into bye weeks and stuff?
Not if you're a guy that focuses on the bye weeks, I'm not for it. I'm not. Those people are just a little psychotic to me. Freiermuth is my guy, so I can wait on that, Kyle.
Yes.
That's the thing. I can wait on that. So I need to take another skill position as far as receiver or running back. I think the play here would be a running back, considering if that's true. That's very. Ooh, what happened there? I don't know.
Hold on.
Oh, there's a top X to the right in that gray area, gray area down there. I don't know what you did over there. That's not on the screen.
Right
yeah. All right. Anyway, so back to Gordon. Back to Gordon. Melvin Gordon might be a play here too.
That's true.
I like that a lot, considering the fact that I do like me some Javonte Williams, but I don't know. I don't know who Ray Fonke is. Jesus Christ. Like, I'm trying to get a fucking team here, and you're throwing like, I don't know. I'm going to go. I'm going to go.
So
I think I'm going to go Gordon here.
Starter either. That's it. It's
or is this the flyer on Michael Thomas? What if he comes back into true form? All of a sudden, you just got Michael Thomas, the old Michael Thomas, with your other receivers of being Jamar Chase and Jerry Jeudy. I mean, it's interesting.
I agree. I would take a flyer on Michael Thomas for sure. Juju, you don't know what you're going to get. You'd think he'd get a lot of targets, but you have a flex already.
What about Ross Stevenson?
That's the New England running back.
Yeah, he's behind Harris right now.
And isn't he on the trade block? Aren't they talking about trading?
They're talking about trading Harris. I don't know.
Man, stack up on those running backs, because then you could trade them later on if you
need
something. Or
all right. Well, I'm gonna go with. I like Melvin Gordon.
Hey, let's go.
I'm going Melvin Gordon. Let's ride. Melvin Gordon is the pick. I don't trust any of those New England Patriots running backs, not yet at least. So a lot of guys are about to go.
Michael Thomas just went.
That's true. So anyway, Michael Thomas does go. So now I'm deep in the heart of the 9th round. If I go back to tight ends to see if look at that, they're all still there.
Nobody left.
They're all still there.
You risk it again.
I don't know. This is tricky now, because you're looking at the tight ends and we don't have one yet. And where are we now? Round 9. If you go to the flex, the best flex right now, they're all listing the tight ends. So if you go back to receiver, highest paid receiver maybe ever.
Still there, Scoop.
Still there is Christian Kirk. I mean, that's another receiver. So I don't know. Zeke Elliott actually, funny you say that, Kyle. He probably jumped in a little later. He went first pick the pick right after me in the 2nd round.
Yes.
So thank you very much.
Chris Olave, a lot of the rookies are still here.
I know. Kirk getting no love. I mean, he might get love on my team. I mean, right now, my receivers are looking like Jerry Jeudy, Jamar Chase, Rashad Bateman. And if I had Christian Kirk, I think I'm good there. I mean,
put him in a flex.
I could put him in a flex. I don't know. I'm looking over it now. If I move over to another running back, James Robinson, Madison, these are all backups. I'm staying away from running back for a little while.
How many rounds is this draft?
15.
What round are we in now?
We're in the 9th, so it's cruising. So 9th and 10th, technically.
Do you try to get the best defense available right now?
Best defense available right now is the Bills. My defenses in my specific league, NFL.com, they are valuable. They are valuable.
I'm just I'm saying we know tight end for sure. We don't got to touch this round of the next round unless you want to, but we know nobody's left. So it's kind of,
Yeah. I'm going to I'm not going.
Is this where you take your defense and your top kicker and shut everybody down?
No. Kicker's going to wait. I'll wait on kicker. I think I'm going to go with Christian Kirk here, only for the sole purpose of I just don't know what the other guys are going to really do for me right off the rip. I know Jamar Chase is going to be Jamar Chase, but I think Christian Kirk might be the play here and give some love for some Jaguars people over on my squad. What Cowboys? What happened? Did I miss something?
No, they're just being
all right. Christian Kirk is my pick.
Let's go.
That's one. So that's just Kirk.
Now, what do we do now?
What do we do now? So do we just say F it and take our tight end? Because I feel like it's a wasted pick. If guys like I'm targeting right now, Freiermuth, I'm targeting him. So like I don't think any of these guys. Like even if somebody wanted to pick up 3 of the 5, I think Freiermuth he stays.
Still be there. Yeah.
So I just took another receiver, right? I almost have. Do I take a backup quarterback?
Who's left? Quarterbacks. Trey Lance is still.
Trey Lance still there in the 10th round. So it's interesting. Defense is what you know. What We've just pulled
best available.
The best available right now is the Bills.
Defense probably in the league.
Is the Bills. You
Let's go.
know what? Screw it. 10th round defense. I don't hate it.
This is a good team. If
I don't
really look
hate it.
at it, I think this is a good team.
The Bills are the pick. So I'm going to take the Bills there. And I slept on tight end again as we're very, very late now into the late 11th round going into the 12th. No, this is actually, late 11th round. So now the defense are all available. Ready? Look at that.
They're all still
there. The tight ends that I've slept on are chilling.
Wow.
So I could still wait.
Well, one went because there was 5. Pat was 5th.
This is true. One did go. Let's see if the tight end is purple. No. Maybe I don't see any other tight ends gone. No. Chilling there. So the fact that means the other teams are chilling too. You know what I mean? The other teams are like, we'll wait it out too. So if you go to all your flex positions, they're saying, guys, please draft a tight end at this point because you don't have one. They're literally flex position. The top ranked guys are all tight ends. If I go to running backs, there's my guy, Jamal Williams.
Oh, wow.
Love Jamal Williams this year.
Still sitting there.
I do like him too. Yeah, Stevie Mack coming in saying, yep, the tight end slipped all the way. Goddard might be the guy. I mean, but I think I'm targeting Freiermuth, but I'll have an option at this point, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Pat Freiermuth or Dallas Goedert? Why don't we go with that? So let's take our tight end here just for the sake of argument. We'll have back-to-back picks. It's the 11th and the 12th round. People taking wide receiver 3s over tight ends are not even thinking, according to Ken Paulman. Well, again, like you just said, the flex positions is valuable. You know what I mean? So if you get a good flex, it's a great thing. Goddard got drafted, he said. What? Goddard got drafted?
The one we're missing.
Who was I looking at? Oh, you're right. Goddard did get drafted. I'm sorry. So it's either Dawson Knox for me or it's Freiermuth. But I would sit back on Freiermuth again. I would take another receiver. Here's your receivers, by the way. Devontae Parker, Jahad Dotson, Jameson Williams is chilling there.
Jones, people forget he's with
Julio Jones with Tom Brady down in Tampa Bay.
Tom usually knows how to do those things.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't know. It's interesting.
Jameson Williams probably won't be healthy till week 8. You probably won't see him.
I like Jamal here, man.
Me too.
Yeah, all right. Jamal Williams is the pick. Maybe it's the Hard Knocks influence, but Jamal Williams is a good pick. And my team right now, the running backs are as follows: Aaron Jones, J.K. Dobbins, Miles Sanders, Melvin Gordon, Jamal Williams. Not too shabby.
Nah.
Not too shabby at all. All right, so I need another pick. So I don't know. Take a backup running back to it. What if Trey Lance blows up? And I'm sitting there, I have Justin Herbert, but like what a trade piece that would be. Because now we're hitting the 13th round right now out of a 15-round draft. It's like I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, I could. But again, tight end I guess tight end's the play here. And just to see who's left, I have Dawson Knox is going to be the guy. I targeted for Freiermuth, but Dawson Knox is a great tight end. So I don't know. My running room is stacked, and I usually am not good at drafting running backs historically.
But that'll come back to help you in midseason. If you need if a receiver goes down or somebody goes down, you can be like, hey, I got these guys. Everybody's looking after week 3.
What does Hawaii Mike just say? You got a quarterback only position to make sure your bye weeks are.
Bye weeks are the same. Like I told you before, you check.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not. Grab Knox. I want to say he says backup quarterback. So now, I already just took Jamal Williams, so it's one pick. So I'm going to go with Knox here as my starting tight end. I think that's the pick. I think that's the play to go. So now Trey Lance is going. So now a couple backup quarterbacks going. There goes another tight end. So now people are panicking now. All right. So now we are in round 13, guys. Okay. So this is late. We already have a solid bench. We just took our tight end. Backup quarterback. Oh, there's Justin Fields hanging out there.
Trevor Lawrence is still sitting there.
Trevor Lawrence, and I have Christian Kirk. I have Christian Kirk.
That's true too.
Okay, that might be a play here. I don't know. I mean, right now, what are we? 13th round. I'm going to take one more. I think Trevor Lawrence, man. It's interesting. Running backs left. Boston Scott. I took Miles Sanders. Chuba Hubbard might be, or Chuba Hubbard might be the guy.
You got 3 Winstons here.
Do you?
Then that's the JoJo, Mike.
That's the pick.
Jameis Winston throws touchdowns. He throws a lot of picks, but he throws touchdowns.
Winston is my backup quarterback in case I need somebody. And now it's time to in the 14th round, I'm going to take my kicker. I know people usually take the kickers last, but look who's there. Tucker.
Hold on, but do you take an aging Tucker who doesn't do kickoffs anymore. They got a new guy.
Or Money McPherson.
I take Money McPherson, second year in the league. The guy doesn't
got a walk-up song now.
He doesn't care. He wants to kick in big moments.
I'm definitely taking my kicker in the 14th rather than 15 because, again, I don't want slim pickings. I want the best of the best.
What do
Justin
you guys
Tucker
think?
is the best kicker in football because of historically highest percentage, but McPherson is the guy.
Why does that?
I don't know. McPherson is the guy over with Cincinnati. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm torn here because it's like all signs point to Justin Tucker, right? Like all signs say, yeah, Justin Tucker's the greatest kicker maybe ever. But now Money McPherson is just in your face, and he's like, hey guys, don't forget about me. And believe it or not, I know people stream kickers and nobody gives a shit about a kicker. I've won games and lost games based on piss poor kicker play.
You need him.
You need a good kicker. I don't care. I don't think the special teamers get enough love. I don't think the punters and the kickers get enough love. So I'm looking Tucker or McPherson. Man, it's very hard for me not to take Justin Tucker here. I know McPherson's the guy, but it's the most accurate kicker in history.
You need to put a league together. You need to put a league together for Patreon members that include yourself. Do a live draft on a podcast, a 5-hour podcast.
Listen, Ken, you're not wrong. Tucker's probably the pick. I'm going with Tucker. Justin Tucker's my kicker. There
usually when I draft, if I don't get like one of the top quarterbacks, like if Lamar's not sitting there, Pat's not sitting there, if they're gone before like the 4th round, then I'll be like, okay, I'll wait. I'll usually get a quarterback last, and I'll make sure I get a good kicker 8th, 9th round.
All right. So now we're here at round 15, pick 12. This is officially the Chop Sports Mr. Irrelevant. So who is going to be the guy that rounds out my team right now? The best running back available is Chuba Hubbard. Damian Williams is out there. Samaje P. Ryan out there.
Your bench and everything, or
it's down here. There's my bench.
Well,
Rashad Bateman, Gordon, Kirk, Jamal, Jameis. Not a bad bench at all.
Absolutely not.
Some would say that could start in some leagues. So now looking at this, the best receiver available right now, according to all of the experts out there. Wow, Julio Jones is there. Can Julio Jones be the last pick of my draft? What if he blows up?
Picks right now, right?
No, I only get one. It's the very last snake thing.
How many receivers we got?
Receivers, we have Jamar Chase, Jerry Jeudy, Rashad Bateman, Christian Kirk.
So 4?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
You got 4 running backs, right?
Running backs is deep. Dobbins, Jones, Miles Sanders, that's 3. Gordon is 4. Jamal is 5. So it looks like a receiver would probably be beneficial here. It would even it all out.
Any viable tight? Is there any shocking tight end left that we wouldn't just?
No, not really.
Yeah,
Henry's gonna have a good year, but I wouldn't go crazy with it.
One pick left.
So basically, Julio, or take the chance that McCaffrey gets hurt. That's really where I'm at here in life. Oh, you know what? May want a 5th receiver. Yeah, I'm assuming that. But now I wonder, you know what?
Here's some Stevie Mack coming in. Jalen Tolbert, Damian Pierce, Dobbs, or Sky Moore.
Jalen Tolbert's available. If I want to take a Cowboy flavor, I can finish it with that. Oh, Pierce. I wonder if Pierce is still there.
Is this going to be graded now?
It is immediately.
So we're going to know right away, right?
We're going to know what they grade us. Alec Pierce is still there. Yeah, let's take a shot at one of these younger kids. I want to say
how I'm like fantasy football betting on the health of humans. It's true.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, so I got it. We need a receiver, I think. So it's for me. It's either going to be Sky Moore. I think Moore's still there.
Apparently, Sky Moore is getting some running back reps as well.
Sky Moore might have been drafted. To be honest with you, I can't find him anywhere. So Sky Moore's not available. So it's either going to be Jalen Tolbert, banking on the fact that he's going to just be a fantasy phenom, and I don't know about that. I'm with Pierce, the kid out of Indy, Alec Pierce. You guys with that? I'm with that. Let's do it. Over my Cowboy, so I don't have to stress. So look, I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to hit Pierce over here as another receiver. He could be great. He could be great. So I'm going to take this, and they're going to rank me right away. And they're going to give me a grade or us a grade because this is a collective effort, folks.
I'm interested to know what you guys think the grade is going to be. So comment.
If I had to guess, and before we take Alec Pierce here, because it does it like immediately.
Okay.
If I had to guess, I wanted an A+ draft. This is probably not an A+ draft. And I'll tell you why. It's because of the fact that websites like this, if you don't take their suggested players, they almost look at you like, oh, you're not doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to say B plus.
Scoop's saying B
plus.
I was going to say B plus as well.
I mean, look,
It's
the running back room is
Bro, you have
stackage.
tradable pieces too.
A minus, JoJo's thinking we're going to touch the A's here. So here we go. We'll draft Alec Pierce and see what happens. There's the last pick in the draft. B minus. B minus is the draft. Projected standings. I wanted to be first. Oh, they don't let you do that. So you gotta, and that probably went away. Damn it, it went away. The whole draft went away.
B minus.
So go back. Everybody knows we got it. So B minus is the pick and the draft grade. Here's my team for everybody listening at home or watching. My starting quarterback is Justin Herbert. My running backs are Aaron Jones, J.K. Dobbins, and Miles Sanders in the flex. My receivers are Jamar Chase, Jerry Jeudy. My defense are the Buffalo Bills, and my kicker is Justin Tucker. My tight end is Dawson Knox. I got 2 Bills in my starting lineup. How about that? Knox and the Bills. My bench is quite good, I think. Rashad Bateman, Melvin Gordon, Christian Kirk, Jamal Williams, Jameis Winston. I took him in the second to last round as my backup quarterback, and then Alec Pierce taking a chance on one of the young rookie receivers. I like it.
Bro,
I like it. B minus ain't terrible. It ain't a C plus.
That's a valuable team, man.
I think I got some pieces.
A lot of depth.
The B minus. I wonder if whatchamacall. I wonder if Ken saw the B minus grade before he said B minus. But yeah, there it is. So that is your 2022 mock draft. And I know Chris is. I don't know if Chris is going to watch this, but
I think a lot of people are going to watch this.
No, I'm saying Chris in particular. He never even watched shit.
Do you think? Is there a way you and Chris can do this together? Why we're on the show next Friday?
Like as if our
own.
Like
you're doing your own, he's doing his own, but you're like in the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
He makes his pick, you make yours pick in the same exact thing. Can we do that next week? Is that possible?
I will look into it. I will definitely look into it. So it looks like I haven't checked on the comments over on this screen. 141 comments.
So it's going the whole time.
Let's go. I appreciate everybody.
Does every starter have a J? They're asking. They heard a lot of J's.
Justin Herbert, Aaron Jones, J.K. Dobbins, Jamar Chase, Jerry Jeudy, Dawson Knox. So that screwed it all up. Justin Tucker.
6.
The Tuffalo, the Jeffalo Jills. No, Buffalo Bills, Justin Tucker. Yeah, there's a lot of J's in this draft, but a B minus is the grade. So I'm pumped about that. Guys, thank you so much today for tuning in. I think this was fun. We're all mock drafting. I got my first actual draft in a week from Sunday, and then the following week I'm going to Bar A with Joe Angelo's league. That's one of my favorite leagues because nobody likes me over there. It's great. It's actually great. I walk into the place.
Are you winning?
I've won once and I've been in there since like 2013 maybe. So I've been there for a while.
You're in a lot of long leagues. That's pretty good.
I like loyalty, man. I like these leagues that keep going because it's like we're doing a dynasty league with Gooch, right? And I'm just like, how long is it going to last, Gooch? You know what I mean? Like you would love for it to last 10 years, 15 years, right? Dynasty leagues are the way to go, but it's like I don't know. I don't have confidence. And he's like, oh, it's 50 to join. I said, so when the prizes are small, he thinks when the entries are big or small, you're more inclined to keep joining. I find it to be the other way. I think a loyal league like the league, Joe Angelo's league, is a $200 buy-in.
So you're going
to get those guys every year. My league, $150 buy-in. You know you're going to get most, if not. I think the last 2 years, we never have. There's always one guy that seems to have a problem or can't do it, and sometimes I got to replace him.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. But if it's only one, that's great.
Good, yeah.
Bring up the. I don't have it on mine, but bring up the name tag one here real quick over at the. There we go.
This?
Nope. That one. Bang. Gotta tell you who I am. All right. So anyway, that's the mock draft. We're excited about all that.
That was fun.
It was fun. I like it a lot. Real quick, before we get out of here, I have the airwaves. This is my show. I get to do what I want, say what I want, no filters, right? No, I mean, to a degree, you don't want to go out there and do any hate speech or wish harm upon anybody. And I don't ever do that. But I will say this. Yesterday, I was rubbed the very, very wrong way by people that pay me to do a podcast. And it's involving my Dallas Cowboys. And I love talking Dallas Cowboys. Don't get me wrong. Always love doing it. I've loved doing it pretty much my whole life. These guys pay me. I'm employed with them to do a podcast. However, I was told that I had taken a jab at somebody and I'm not going to say names because I don't have to, but I took a jab at somebody, another writer, for his ways. I've taken jabs at guys like Adam Schefter and other people that I don't agree with their takes. So if I think they're shitty takes, I'll tell you they're a shitty take. I also think that there's people out there that try to belittle people when they have a little bit more rank, and that's who I was referring to. And I got a little repercussion, whatever you want to say, for that. So I just wanted to take this time to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody, because I'll say what I want, when I want, how I want to do it. And if you don't like it, I'll see myself out. That's fine, man. That's fine, because I think that the beauty part of new media is the fact that you can say what you want when you want. When you work for the machine and you work for the ESPNs and the NFL networks and those guys, and I respect all of their work. I love a lot of their writers. I love a lot of their media people, you know, from Ian Rappaport to Jane Slater to everybody that's putting in the work over there on all the big networks. Yes, you have to be buttoned up. You have to be, right? I mean, that's why they pay you the big bucks. I, however, don't make enough money to be censored. When somebody belittles me, I'm going to fire back at them. So that's the reason why I do take little jabs. And I didn't even say anybody by name. That's the part that makes me nuts, that somebody took the time out of their day to send me a message and say, you know what you did was wrong. Don't do it. You could do it on your airwaves, but don't do it on ours. So I won't, because I'm probably not going to be with you guys much longer, because I love it. I love my partners and my counterparts over there. I love the people I work with. But I'm also not going to be censored. I started Chop Sports, or I at least joined up with Gooch with Chop Sports, for the sole purpose to say what I want, when I want, how I feel at all times, without a filter or without anybody telling me, well, you shouldn't have said that. You know, like, I have no risk here. None. With the amount of people that go out there and they talk their shit and they say what they want to say, that's all well and good, right? And I'm proud of everybody for speaking up. All of the content creators out there, the individuals putting in the work, like the Tucks of the world, my boy Jay Tuck and JoJo. I know he's out there in the chat right now. These guys all put out their content for Dallas Cowboys, and they say whatever they want, however they want, and they're respected amongst the other content creators. But when you work for somebody and you got to all of a sudden turn it off and turn down your dial, it's not authentic to me, man. Nope. It's not authentic to me. And that's what makes new media what it is. You get to say what you want, how you want to say it, and I won't be censored. So also coming back this fall is the Jersey Boys podcast, right here to the Chop Sports Podcast Network, because I want to talk my shit about my beloved Dallas Cowboys with my boys, Brett and Keith Ernst. We will be back to preview the Cowboys, to go over every game. If you're a Cowboys fan or a Cowboys content creator, you once knew that once upon a time, Jersey Boys hit a very massive stride when we were broadcasted within the confines of the Cowboys Wire. And then we were brought onto another network and paid to podcast until my boys were let go. They were let go because they decided to do one podcast a little drunk. Yeah, and they never even cursed or anything like that. They just didn't make much sense that day. And I was told, you know what, it's probably best that they don't resume. And I sold out. I went back and said, you know what, I'll just do a podcast with another two guys. That'll be fine. And I feel guilty about that. I feel guilty about that. I feel shitty about that. And for months, it's been eating at me that I don't do a podcast anymore with two of my good buddies because they're just not on that network. So I say, F that shit. I'm going to be doing that podcast with him. In fact, I will see Brett Ernst tonight at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick. I can't wait to laugh my ass off, cut loose, have a couple beers, and talk about the next episode of the Jersey Boys podcast. That's my rant. I love everybody. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend. And when we come back on Monday, what are we doing? The NFC North. We're about to talk Packers football soon. So that's going to be very interesting. I think if my math is correct, next Thursday would be the Packers because they finished first in their division. So everybody tune into that when I shit on the Packers and Gooch sits there and tells me why they're going to win the Super Bowl this year. So, Rob, thank you for helping me out as always. The best producer in town, folks. He was sending me stats that I didn't even ask for yesterday. I say Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones. I read that text and I'm like, I don't give a shit. You know, but you did the research.
But I'm done watching.
Right. You said say that. You're like, hey man, this is the first drive, but I'm done watching this garbage. It's horrible. Anyway, so for Sturch and Rasslin Rob behind the glass, this has been another episode of the Chop Sports Daily. We'll see you guys back here on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.